Nosferatu, written and directed by Robert Eggers, is the first film I've seen in 2025, and definitely not one I'll forget anytime soon. Some people seem to love the film, others have come away underwhelmed, and then there are those like the teenagers sat a few seats away from me in my screening, who were rustling popcorn, fidgeting and whispering the entire time because they had no idea what was happening. The presentation, as anyone familiar with Eggers' previous work would expect, is incredible. From the costumes to the production design to the lighting to the cinematography, Nosferatu is visually impeccable and immersive to a degree that should prompt legitimate animosity if the crew does not get the extensive awards recognition they deserve, even in a year as stacked as this. Skarsgård's voice may initially seem overwhelming, but within his first scene it becomes evident this crew has captured a performance that embodies the essence of a walking nightmare. He was consistently disgusting, disturbing, and more than lived up to the incredible technical stage Eggers and the crew set up. I guess the only thing that stops me from loving Nosferatu is the story at the heart of it. Dracula has been adapted dozens and dozens of times, and while this film delves into bold and impressive new territory in terms of its thematic focus, I found myself struggling to become heavily invested in a story I've never really connected with all that much to begin with. The elements I connected most with all happened to be moments where it deviated most starkly from the source material. Obviously, this film focused much more on Ellen than Thomas, and despite my nitpicks with her performance and praises of Nicholas Holt's performance, I'm definitely glad this decision was made, and I think this is a large part of what makes the film feel so refreshing when compared to previous adaptations.
I thought it would just be much more exciting if it is her story the whole time, and to kind of see that there were traces of Dracula and Nosferatu that were like a demon lover motif, and to go further with that, where you have this relationship and then the demon disappears and then he returns. And that would be a nice way to tell the story.
It's not a criticism, but I guess something that I didn't really notice, or I was just so distracted by the sounds of those teenagers, or songs from Wicked playing in the adjacent screening room, but the musical score didn't particularly stand out to me. In spite of the distractions, I really did enjoy Nosferatu, and I would definitely watch the film again once it comes out on streaming platforms. But for now, I would give the film a 7 out of 10.